Hi, as you can see, we're in the gym and the weather's warming up, and all my clients this week have been talking about it's tank top season, and they're really getting worried about this area and this area, which is always a concern. But we don't want to have bat wings. We don't want to have this continuing to flap and, flutter when you're waving goodbye or at any other time. When you're basically past 35, 40, the problem being is that you can injure this area very easily. So slow and steady to build it up. There is no fast track to doing this. So don't do this with weights the first time. You can use bands, you can use tubing, but don't use weights the first time. I'm going to use weights because that's something that you're going to work up to eventually. So we're going to start out with, we're just going to warm up. So we're going to start with rolling shoulders back. So rolling shoulders back gets that whole shoulder joint lubricated. So you're going to roll shoulders back, then you're going to roll shoulders forward. When you're doing it at home, I want you to do this whole thing for about a minute. I want you to warm this joint up. I want you circulating synovial fluid in that joint so that you don't tear anything or strain anything. Next thing we're going to do, I'm going to pick up some little weights. This is basically a bicep curl. So you would do 3 sets of these, 15. This is your basic bicep curl in a neutral position. This is a hammer curl. So if there was a nail and we were going to pound it in, this is how you would do it. You pound it in like a hammer. So the next thing we're going to do is in a W. So you do a W. This is the same, we're working the same bicep muscle. Now again, you would be doing 3 sets of 15. I'm not counting right now. The next thing we're going to do is, we've done W, we're going to do V. So V is just you're at the base of the V and your arms are going out in a V shape. We're now starting to work on the shoulders and the biceps as well as the triceps. So we're now starting to work on that back of the arm that everybody's so concerned about. So next thing we're going to do is the shoulders, your deltoids, your anterior deltoids. Another area that looks really nice if it's got a nice little curve to it. So these are just raises. So up and down. The beauty of all this is it's to be done slowly. So you would do 15 repetitions of this slowly, and it's all about control. There's no swinging. It's control up. And it's just as important to control on the way down. So that's that part of the deltoid. Now we're going to do the back of the arms. So in a forward position, you can actually do this seated if you really want to. So get yourself into a forward lunge, or you can bend, you do a squat, some flexion at the hip. So we're going to come back. These are called kickbacks. So I'm just going to move a little bit back. So kickbacks, you come back to your shoulder each time and then back as far as you can go. Now, it's going to be fun now. It's going to be really fun. It's going to start to burn. With your palms facing the ceiling, you're going to start to pulse up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you're here, you always have your shoulder blades together. So always with the shoulder blades together. None of this winging out business, okay? So we're probably at 15. So palms to the ceiling. So I would say that right about now, you're starting to burn. So this part of your arm, the triceps, is starting to burn. So we're going to keep the 2-pound weights, little bit of a squat, and you're going to go up and up and up. So nice range of motion, okay, in that shoulder. So you could do 10 of these. Again, you don't have to use any weight at all. So switch sides. So one of the things that you can add into this exercise to make it really count is you're gonna crunch and reach and crunch down, and then you stretch up. So crunch and stretch and crunch and stretch. So your obliques are getting a workout as well as your shoulders. So what you do on one side, you do on the other side. So again, stretch and reach and stretch and reach. It looks like you're just working obliques, but actually you're working your lats. So this little hangy bit, one of my clients told me it's called the third boob. It hangs out over the top of tank tops sometimes when that area is not really fit. So if you do each of those 15 times and 3 sets, you're gonna look great. Bye for now.